sound smart and well read. Cupcakes got you covered. Reading books help your brain get fed. This is the best show you discovered. Cupcakes book reviews and overviews. It's the best book review show you can view. Not like other book reviews and overviews. This is Cupcakes book reviews and overviews. Let's read.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Oh, I even messed up my opening already. Hello, my drogues. This is your humble narrator and friend Cupcake. I had to itty from Pennsylvania to El Paso, Texas. Some people couldn't be fashed to Veriseat the Malenki. Oh, fuck. I fucked up already. Anyway, yeah, I was speaking Nadsat. Let me see if I can do this again. Let's try this one more time, since there's nobody watching yet. Hello, my drogues. This is your humble narrator and friend Cupcake. I had to itty from Pennsylvania to El Paso, Texas. Some people couldn't be fast to Veriseat the Malenki podcast about a book, A Clockwork Orange. Let me tell you, brothers, A Clockwork Orange is truly horror show book. Right from the onset, you can video the greatness of the book. I have become quite an expert in Nadsat, brothers. So, A Clockwork Orange was written. Oh, damn it. I didn't write this down. Well, it was written in the 60s, and it was in 1986. It was redistributed. It was sent out again. And the audio book that I had was from the 1986 version. And there was a foreword in that version. And the foreword begins, I should have written this down too, but A Clockwork Orange movie sucks. And it was written by Anthony Burgess, who is the author of The Clockwork Orange. Fuck. And he does not like the movie at all because I learned this too. In the United States, when that book was being set for distribution in the United States, the book is 21 chapters. It's 3 sets of 7, and he goes in the forward about the rule of 3s and 7. So it's 21 chapters. 7 chapters here, 7 chapters here, 7 chapters here. But when they did the distribution in the United States, the distribution company only let them have 20 chapters. So in the United States, and that's obviously the book that Stanley Kubrick read to base the movie on, because the movie and the book both end with Alex saying, "I'm cured." But there's a whole other chapter after that. Thank goodness that the audiobook that from Audible, it has chapter 21. So that was cool. Where was I going with this? Well, yeah, it's got 21 chapters. The final chapter, I'll go over right now. But A Clockwork Orange, there is so much to talk about in this book. Not only the book itself, but like the meaning of the book, the overall, like back in the 60s, there was a lot of, obviously there was a lot of, 60s and 70s, there were books that were, fiction books that were written, like The Scarlet Letter, that was for McCarthyism and communism. Obviously stuff like The Handmaid's Tale. And A Clockwork Orange is kind of like that. Starts off with our narrator and friend Alex, who in the book is only 15. He's the youngest of his crew. There's only 4 of them. A proper gang, should have, 4 to 5. 6 is too many. And so he goes into that, and they start off. Well, let me tell you about Anthony Burgess. He's a linguist. Anthony Burgess was a linguist, and he made up a slang language that was a combination of like Cockney and Russian, some Spanish, some English, and it's called Nadsat or Nadsat, Nadsat, and it's the slang that the young people speak, and it is basically to confuse adults. That's what Nadsat is. That's what it's for. Um, it's really horror show. Horror show means good, awesome. This Malenki little podcast will tell you that Malenki's means small. There's and the big difference between the book and the audiobook. This is the same thing with Game of Thrones. Um, with the book series Game of Thrones, in the back of the book, there's an appendix that will tell you, Robert Baratheon, is father of Joffrey Baratheon, Tommen Baratheon, and Marcella Baratheon. He married Cersei Lannister, who is, like a whole family. You don't get that in the audiobooks. In the book version, in the written version of A Clockwork Orange, there's actually an appendix and a dictionary for all of the Nadsat words that they use, such as Malenki, which means small, horror show, which means good, vidi, which means to see. I'm going to vidi. Yeah, I vidied that. It was pretty good. Um, in the movie, when they're speaking, when Malcolm McDowell, when he's narrating and he's speaking Nadsat, it was very hard to understand. I did not like the movie. I did not like the movie A Clockwork Orange at all. I saw it when I was in college, about 30 years ago. 30, 49. Yeah, 30 years ago. I haven't really watched it since. I may watch it now because of this, just to get a comparison. But it was very hard to understand the the movie, when they're speaking the Nadsat, because you're watching the movie and then you're trying to listen, but you're not getting any context clues from the movie. It was just a lot more difficult. In the book, on the other hand, it was super easy. It was super easy to get what they were talking about. They were, talking about the milk bar, Moloko, and Moloko Plus, where Moloko knives. I'll get to that in a second. But it was the it's very easy in the book. I don't know about reading it. Reading it may be different. Definitely in the audiobook, it was absolutely easy to understand pretty much everything that they would say. And sometimes Alex would, he would say something. Um, let me get a word. Need a word here. Hold on, everybody. Okay, like he would say, for example, hey, Jim, give me a cancer. That's a cigarette. Like he would say the word, and then right away he would tell you what it meant, and then for the rest of the book he would use the Nadsat word. The But yeah, that was very easy to it was very easy to get in the audiobook. So that was a plus. That was a real good plus for the audiobook. Oh, we got comments here. We got oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, let's say hello to everybody. Tiff, what's up? I'll definitely get some Moloko plus. Let's get some Moloko knives. Uh Read the book, get the audiobook. So much better to understand. Never seen the movie or read the book. The book is horror show. The book is definitely horror show. Yeah, Dang Lizard. So Dang Lizard, did you read you obviously read the one with 21 chapters, right? So you know about the last chapter. Last chapter was great. The last chapter was it was the perfect ending to the book. Like the Alex goes, I'm cured. But the chapter 21, it was perfect. It was perfect. I'll get to that when I'm talking. But when he goes talk about the milk bar, and they talk about scent meth, which is a drug. They, they mix, they have Moloko and Moloko Plus. Moloko is milk when they go to the milk bar. And like Moloko and Knives. What Moloko and Knives was, I want to say that was milk mixed with cocaine, because they said that they would drink Moloko and Knives right before they would go do so, like, and there was a guy, there was a guy who had Moloko and synth meth. That's synth meth. I would guess that was like synthetic meth, you know. Uh, but when you're all stoned and you're in the land, oh yeah, he was in the land, and he was just saying. But so they're four teenagers. Alex is the youngest, and he makes mention of that. But and he makes mention of that because he is their kind of their leader, and he makes mention of the fact that he's only 15. And then there's Dim and fuck, can't fucking remember their names. Well, anyway, but so the first 7 chapters, the book one, the first part, it's them as kids. They go, they do their, they go to the milk bar, then they go to this other bar where these old babushkas are, old ladies, and they're feeding these old ladies drinks. Then they go out and they use all their cutter money on these ladies with drinks. Then they go out and they rob they rob a store. They get more money, and then they beat the guy up. They go back to the bar and they're like, "Ladies, we've been here all night, right?" And obviously the ladies go, "Oh, that's right. Yeah, no finer gentlemen have I seen in this bar, and they've been here all night, officer. And, by my word." So and then fuck, I need to stop saying and then. Next, they go to this other house and they knock on the door. My friend, he's hurt. He needs can we use your phone? And this is important. The lady who answers the door goes, "We don't have a phone." So if you've seen the movie, they go in and they see the wife and the husband. The husband is sitting there at a typewriter with a desk, and he's got a book, A Clockwork Orange. I digress for a second. Let's talk about A Clockwork Orange. In the foreword of the book, they talk about A Clockwork Orange, and in English parlance, Dang Lizard will probably be able to tell you. Dude, get it. It's really good, dude. It's really good. Yeah, totally. It's so good. Um, Lost my train of thought. Oh, A Clockwork Orange. So something that's clockwork is like a mechanical, a robot. A robot is clockwork. So in the forward of the book, Anthony Burgess makes mention of a phrase that it's as useless as a clockwork orange. So that's where A Clockwork Orange comes in. It's something that's useless, is what I gathered. So and the name of the book in the book that he's writing is A Clockwork Orange. So and this is the scene where they beat up the guy, and then they SA his wife. And the book was really controversial because of all the violence and stuff. It's violent for the 60s. The description, there's yeah, it's not as horrific as you would be led on to believe by popular parlance, as far as it being violent. They do talk about fisting, which is punch someone in the fist. Um, and they do talk about the what's blood. Dang Lizard, help me out. There's a K. Yeah, Crovey. That's blood. If you watch the movie, there are more. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. What is this? The movie's great, but it's not that easy to understand. Also, read the book. It definitely gives more context. The movie uses its visuals for that. That is exactly my point. That's I couldn't have said it more. I couldn't have said it better myself. Couldn't have said it better myself. Um, they in the movie they use the, he's narrating, but there's no there's no mesh, there's no glue between the narration and the movie. The visuals. So that's what was difficult for me to understand. But they talk about, getting punched in the, getting punched in the, using your, what was a hand knocker rocker into your Gulliver, and a big fountain of Groovy came out of his nose. And Alex, it was more Alex's response to the violence that was going on around him that was what I think the controversy of the book, because he, you know in the he actually gets like excited. He gets, I don't want to say sexually aroused, but you can tell that he is, he likes to watch this. And further on in the book it says that, but he likes violence, he likes it, he needs it. And so then towards the end of book one, Alex, they he they're beating up a lady, and he ends up murdering her. She dies. So all his other droogs get, they run away, and he gets caught. So the middle part of the book two, is where he's in jail and his rehabilitation. Now again, Alex is only 15, and they go on and on about how, is he going to be tried as an adult, and he is. And he's in jail for 2 years. And they say that, or they say he uses his, when he's in jail, he doesn't, when he's speaking to the guards, he doesn't speak in Nadsat. He speaks in very proper, almost too proper English. And he gets chosen. Actually, does he get chosen or volunteer? I don't remember. I just finished it last noche. And that's funny. Noche is actually the Spanish word for night. But he gets chosen or picked or volunteers for an experimental rehabilitation process, and it was, an injection, and then they show, it's basically like brainwashing. They brainwash him into all of into not being violent. And they go through the process of his rehabilitation, and towards the end of the 2 weeks, he starts to, he'll watch something, and he'll start to feel sick, and he doesn't know why. But then after they would, they would strap him down, they would put a straight jacket on him, strap him down, hold his eyes open. They do mention that. And they you know so towards the end of his rehabilitation, he would begin to get sick, and he's like, "Oh, you know what? Yeah, I don't want to do that anymore. No, I'm." And then they're like, "No, no, no. We're not quite done with you, Alex. No, there's still about a fortnight. No, a fortnight is 2 weeks. There's still about half a fortnight left of your rehabilitation." So at the end of his rehabilitation, he is fully cured. And oh man, I forgot to mention this too. Alex is a music lover. He loves Ludwig van, but he loves symphonies. He loves, he goes into all of that. And when he goes home, he plays, this, God damn it. All right, forget I said anything about the second part yet. We're going back to the first one. He goes to his mom and pops. He lives at home, and they're basically your um, not involved parents, obviously, because he's a punk, who beats up people. But when he goes to his room, he listens to loud music, but it's Ludwig, it's Beethoven, it's Mozart, so, and he goes into, actually, the intricacies of symphony music. So he loves symphony music. He's a music lover. Now let's fast forward back to part two. After he's all done with the 2 weeks of rehabilitation, they trot him out and they show him some people getting beat up, and he feels like he's going to get physically ill, like he's going to vomit at this violence. And he's like, oh my God, I don't like this at all. And then what really kills him is they start to play Ludwig van Beethoven, and Ludwig van, and he starts to listen, and he's like, "Oh, okay, Ludwig van." But then the sickness comes, and he's like, "No." He's like, "No, you can't do this to me. You can't do this. You can't make me not listen to my music." And that really affects him. And the prison guards and doctors are like, "Yeah, well, it's all connected. See, like you like violence, so we have to do this, but you also like music, so we have to, the things that you like are not good, so we have to give you this sickness feeling so you don't do the things that are not good." And he's in an exhibition, and people, about the new experimental cure for violence. um, so book three is where he's out in the public, and he goes to the biblio, the library, and he's reading, and two of his droogs, Dim and Pete, I think, they end up being cops. And they come up to, well, Alex, and they kind of beat him up, and I believe they sodomize him too. It wasn't cut and dry, but I believe they do. Not Dim, the Pete, I think it is. Yeah, Pete. Oh, and then about myself. Next, what happens? He um he goes to he's he goes to his home, and he was in jail, and his parent, he knocks at the door, and his mom's like, "Oh no, you've escaped. You've escaped. You're gonna get us in trouble." He's like, "No, mother, I'm here." And there's a stranger sitting at the table. Well, in the 2 years that Alex has been in jail, his parents rented out his room, and there's a guy there, and he's taking he's going, "It's okay, it's okay, mom." And they kick him out of the house. He's got no place to live. So he's walking around town. He knocks on a door. A man opens the door, and he vaguely remembers where he was, where he's at. And it's the place where he he graped this man's wife, but he and his guys had masks on, so he doesn't recognize him, obviously. So he goes in. He's like, "Oh my God, what happened to you?" So Alex explains he was in jail and the rehabilitation, and the guy's like, "Oh my God, are you serious?" You, so he calls some friends. They come to Alex, and they're like, "Oh my God, I cannot believe." So you have, we wanted to meet someone like you, for these inhumane ways that they're rehabilitating people. They can't do this to you. We're going to have other people talk. And every once in a while, Alex would talk to them, and a word would slip out. He would go, "Man, that guy's pretty dim." And the what's his name? I need to write this shit down. This is a learning process. That's why pencils have erasers. There's characters. God damn, I need to shave too. Fuck. Um, so every once in a while, he'll say something, and the guy is like, "Why did you say that?" And it'll trigger a memory. And every once in a while, he'll be like, "Wait a second." So, like, they put him in a house. There's like, "Okay, well, we're gonna help you." So they put him in this house, and they know the two other guys, the Fuck, I need to write these names down next time. Remind me to do that, guys. Um, so they put him in this house, and then all of a sudden, um, you know, not was it Beethoven? Well, a symphony starts, and it gets louder and louder and louder and louder. And since they know that, so he's going crazy. He's like, "Oh my god, I can't take this anymore!" Ah! So he tries to jump out the window and snuff it, but the window's not tall enough, so he falls to the. Thank you. So he falls to the ground and he breaks his wrist, breaks his legs, breaks all kinds of bones, and he goes to, he's in the hospital, and in the hospital, he's all bandaged up, he's got all this, but in the hospital he finds out that, oh, wait a second, I'm not affected anymore by this, because he has whenever he has like a violent thought, even the sickness starts and he starts to get, like he wants to vomit. But in the hospital, after he jumps out the window and hits his head and gets all his bones broken, that kind of reset his internal system. So he had a violent thought, and he internally says to himself, "Wait a second, I just had a violent thought, and I'm not feeling sick." And then he tries to have another violent thought, and another violent thought, and another violent thought. So, and I also said it. Next, what happens? The guys that put him in that house, he was out for, he was in a coma for a while. When he wakes up, they, God, F something. The guy who wrote A Clockwork Orange, they, they kind of kick him out of this society and he's in, because he remembered that Alex was one of the guys that caused his wife to die ultimately, and they didn't like the fact that he was torturing Alex even more, so they kicked him out. And this is basically the part of the book, the part of the movie, part of the book, where because he is now back to not being sick with not feeling all these horrible sickness and stuff with violence, and it says, oh, I guess I'm cured. That's where the movie ends. That's where the original book that was distributed in the United States ends. People like Dang Lizard will know that there is a chapter 21, and chapter 21 begins just like the first chapter. It's uh, it's Alex and three of his friends. They're at the milk bar talking about doing the ultraviolence, talking about this. But this time, Alex is the leader, but he's the oldest of the group. And he goes, they're so it's again. He is now. It's been 3 years, so he's 18, 19 now, and he's going on about, yeah, this is what I need to do. And then he gets a vision of him as an old man and being married. And after that, he sees a familiar face. And the familiar face is that of Pete, one of his droogs. And he's like, "Oh my gosh, Pete." And he starts speaking in Nadsat. And then this woman comes next to Pete and she goes, "You understand what he's saying?" Like, and so Pete got a job, got a wife, has kids. He became a regular guy. And Alex didn't like that. Um, and, 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 and then after he meets Pete, Pete became a suburbanite dad, you know, and the book really ends with Alex conflicted on whether he wants to continue being a punk, or if he really should break down and become a suburbanite dad. That's how the book ends. The uh the the overall, there's a bunch of stuff that I wanted to talk about with this book too. It the The fact that Alex is 15, this book was really ahead of its time as far as rehabilitation and the like, with things like Alex getting the injection, and they submitting him to all these tests, and where he's going to be watching these movies, and where it makes him vomit and feel sick when when he thinks about something violent. That is exactly, and I don't want to say political, but I'm getting into topics here. This is exactly the same type of mentality that people have nowadays with boys and ADHD. They want to pump them full of drugs. Yes, fuck Wendy's. They want to pump them full of drugs. They want to pump these young boys full of drugs because they're aggressive. They're being, they're treating all kinds of boys like the punks in A Clockwork Orange by pumping them up with all these drugs to make them into zombies. Like I had to say that, and thank you for the 34 people that heard me say that. It's definitely it's before its time. This book is way before its time as far as that goes, where it's taking drugs to rehabilitate the violent tendencies of boys. That's basically what I'm gathering from that. The performance was fantastic. I forgot to write his name down too, but I can get that. Uh, Tom Hollander is the narrator. Well, because my like I was it absolutely I absolutely made that connection. I'm glad I could open that up to you. But yeah, it's definitely what's going on with ADHD and boys today. Definitely. But yeah, Tom Hollander, he is. Oh my gosh, I get that too sometimes. I'm sorry, Catherine. Um, yeah, no, he does a great job. He does the forward, and I guess in his regular voice, but the book he definitely does in Alex's voice. No shit. Maybe try an update with YouTube. But yeah, Tom Hollander, he did a really good job with narrating the book. And he did a I want to say that his narration really helped the Nadsat understanding Nadsat. I mean, he made it really. I did not know he did other things. But yeah, he's the narrator of Clockwork Orange. So I absolutely recommend it. 5 cupcakes for A Clockwork Orange. Definitely for the performance of the book. Definitely for the book itself. It's a really this. I want to say that this book lends itself to an audiobook. There are some books that don't. There's some books that do. This one, I believe, is a much more entertaining read, much more entertaining time as an audiobook. Don't ask me why. Probably because of the just the amount of slang, because that's pretty much all Alex speaks throughout the whole book. That's why in the printed version of the book, there's a glossary of terms. It's yeah. See, there's an appendix. Ah, there we go. Yeah. See, there's an appendix, and then it goes through. Happy Polly for the use of my phone. Yeah. See, Happy Polly. Oh my God, that's gross. trim those too. Not too bad. Of course, it's the only one that's dirty. Great. But yeah, there's what I'm looking for. Yeah, bruise boys, that's police officers. Cable, that's blood vessels. And your Carmen, that's pocket. You know, there it's there's a lot. It's the audiobook absolutely lends itself to a more entertaining time with this book. You can understand it a lot better, I feel. And Tom Hollander, he does a great job with the narration of the book. So again, 5 cupcakes for A Clockwork Orange. Yeah. Ooh, it. I'll have to watch the movie again. And that's I decided as I was listening to it, I was driving. I was like, man, I need to do if there's books that are based on movies, I need to do that, do a comparison of how the books line up with the movies. One of the few books that I've read that really, other than the ending and some of the middle parts, Fight Club really is the end of the film adaptation is really true to the book on some parts. There's some parts that not like when he meets Tyler Durden. He's in a plane in the movie, but in the book he's on a nude beach. Yeah, yeah. It's a mix of Russian, English, and some Spanish. They're definitely, maybe if not Spanish, definitely Latin, as in European Latin, Italian, French, Spanish, Romanian. Um, a mix of those as well as Russian and English. I will, yeah, because noche, that's night, and noche is the Spanish word for night. Well, I mentioned that before. You probably at the beginning I mentioned about the forward. The reason why the book ending and the movie ending are different is because in 1986, up until 1986, in America, the United States, the book only had 20 chapters. Hey, what's going on, Deadpool? Good to see you, brother. The book only had 20 chapters. All other countries in the world that it was translated from had 21. There was a 21st chapter that the American version didn't have, and that's the version with 20 chapters is the version that Stanley Kubrick used for the film adaptation. That's why the movie ends with "and Alex was cured." The American version up until 1986 ended with "and Alex is cured." So that's why the endings are different. But it the it changes the whole outlook of the book. The whole it changes the whole book. The last chapter absolutely changes the whole entire book. If you are able to get it on Audible. But if you are an Audible person, yeah, it's only 7 hours and 44 minutes. Clockwork Orange right there. Yeah, get it on Audible because then you're. I don't know. I don't know if the books in print have the foreword by Anthony Burgess. That that is very important. It's super important because it goes to explain why there are 21 chapters in most books and only 20 chapters in the American version, and the fact that he hates the movie. Thank you for the 3080, you guys hanging out with me here, talking about A Clockwork Orange. Um, I think I'm going to do another poll for what book is next. I have a whole bunch of books in my library that I have not even started. I think I'm going to. Oh, dude, I could do this one today. Are we all familiar with the Antonio Banderas movie, 13th Warrior? Well, the Michael Crichton book, Eaters of the Dead, that's the book the movie's based on. I've got that one. That's only 5 hours. Could bust that out today. I have not read 2001, but I love the movie. The movie was amazing. I did like that movie. And Tim, is that a yes for Eaters of the Dead? Yeah, 2000. If you're talking about 13th Warrior or 2001, both of them Deadpool. Both of them are great movies. They're fantastic movies. But yeah, I do have 2 credits. So why don't we do this right now? Getting books with Cupcake. 2001 by Arthur C. Clarke. How long? $14. All right. So, 6 hours. Perfect. All right, guys. Boom. And boom. All right. So we have, I'm going to put, so let's see. We got 2001 A Space Odyssey. What the fuck is this? Okay. I thought I got this. I thought I bought that. 2001 A Space Odyssey. It's a podcast but no, I accidentally hit that. Um, man, so let's see what we got here. 13th Warrior. Oh my God, I love that movie. Love it. This is going to turn into a book. Yeah, it probably will, because there's actually quite a few movies that are based on books that you would have no idea that they're based on books. So I probably will end up doing that because I am a bit of a bibliophile. I was absolutely, I love reading. I mean, like you can tell by the opening, like I'm going on an adventure. It's perfect. It's great. 2001 blew your mind to read it. The comparative notes of the. Okay, all right, absolutely. I'm the only member. Oh, really? See, I did not like Ender's Game at all, so I was not interested in I was not interested in reading the book at all. I'll have to check that out. Thank you, Deadpool. Thank you so much. Oh, and vote for Deadpool versus David Chandler at DabbleCon. Deadpool is going to whoop David Chandler's ass. Joey C is facilitating that fight. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I understand that Joey C is renting a ring, and it's going to be the fight of the century, the fight of the giants, clash of the titans. Deadpool versus David Chandler at DabbleCon 2. More details to come. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was looking at books. So we got 2001. We got Eaters of the Dead. See, I already read True Grit. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I'm looking for just shorter books. The book for Ready Player One is also good. Yeah, see, dude, I hated Ready Player One, so I was like, I did not enjoy that at all. It was like fan service nostalgia of the movie. I did not like anything about that. Yeah, he's actually, from what I understand, he's going to facilitate it. So yeah, I'm trying to look for a shorter book. Oh, I forgot I had this one. This book is 45 hours long, and I've only got through like 10 hours of it, maybe more. But Battlefield Earth by L. Ron Hubbard. I mean, I want to say I got through about half of it, but it is awful. It is just awful. but that was 45 hours, so I don't know if I'm going to do that one for this just yet. I may do two. I may do. Oh, you know what? We're brainstorming here. I may do short little books during the week, and then listen to a longer book, and then do the long book reviews on like Friday. Thanks for helping me out with that, guys. Harry, I did. Let's see. Oh, there's Peter Pan. Oh, 3 hours. Rambo, 6 hours. All right, so here's what we'll do. Obviously, we're gonna. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So, 13th, Eaters of the Dead, 2001, and I'm gonna pick two more books that'll be on my X. Follow me on X at Box Truck Cupcake. Oh, okay. And I'm only saying short books because it's so I can read it I can get it done real quick and then hop on and do a review real quick. But yeah, so it's going to be 2001 Eaters of the Dead, and I'll pick two more books. I'll post it on my Twitter. I'll put the poll up for 2 days, and then we can vote to see which book you guys want me to read and review. Because Cupcakes reviews and overviews are not like other book reviews and overviews, because it's Cupcakes book reviews and overviews. Just imagine taking an awful sci-fi author and base a religion on it. Dude, it is okay. Here's an example of how horrible Battlefield Earth is. They go to Scotland. The Barry Pepper's character. He goes to Scotland. He learns to fly a plane. He goes to Scotland. And this is the description. I will never forget this. There was a man coming, and he had a hat. Basically, he's explaining a tam that Scottish people wear, and he was wearing a piece of cloth around it wasn't pants, but it was a piece of a kilt. You know what the Scotsman name was? I'll give you two guesses at the name of the Scot, the Scot in the leader of the Scottish tribe in Battlefield Earth. Anybody want to guess? Any guesses? Here, I'll give you a hint. Think of the most stereotypical Scottish name you could. Not quite. Yes, that's his first name. Guess his last name. Oh, close. McTavish. Angus McTavish. Dude, the book is worse. The book is so much worse. It is just so much worse. It's worse in the fact that it's more stupid. It's better in the fact that you do get more of and I will definitely do that one because it's better in the fact that you get more explanation as to home office and the aliens and the humans. You get more of the interaction with them, but it's just so stupid. So stupid. It is a stupid book. Yeah, don't because and it's like 1,200 pages. It is just a super duper long book. And it was because L. Ron Hubbard, and there's a forward in that book too. L. Ron Hubbard thought he was just this great sci-fi author, but he sucked at sci-fi, so he decided to make a religion. But yeah, it was just awful. But yeah, so we'll do that. We'll do 2001, Eaters of the Dead, and I'll pick two other books. I'll put them on. Give me a follow on Twitter or X at Box Truck Cupcake, and then you can vote. If you want to be part of Cupcakes Postcard Club, shoot me a DM and give me the address to where you would like me to send the postcards. Sometimes I get special little gifts for my postcard club members. When I was at South of the Border, they had these bumper stickers, and they were like a dime a piece. So everybody on the postcard club is getting a South of the Border sticker, bumper sticker. I just have to go to Office Max or the dollar store and get like big, the big envelopes, because this won't fit in a regular size envelope, and I do not want to bend it. But yeah, if you are a member of the postcard club, you will get a uh, South of the Border bumper sticker. I got some other stuff too that I wanted to show you. Oh, so everybody knows that I got Pinky, my mug that I drink out of. Well, dumbass forgot it at the truck stop somewhere in was it Missouri or Indiana? Yeah, somewhere in the Midwest. I forgot it. But I went to Walmart and I got something much better. So it's one of those, like the Stanley mugs that keep stuff cold for a long time, the stainless steel inside, but the Stanley mugs are like $700 and they're only like, what, 32 ounces? I got the granddaddy of all fucking stainless. Look at this thing. Look at this big bitch, dude. Where is it? 64 fucking ounces. And it keeps stuff cold for 74 fucking hours. 74 hours it keeps it cold. Allow me pardon me a moment, please. I got the soda that's in here 2 days ago. It's still cold. Just kidding. I got it just now. Oh my gosh. Dude. Oh, and the best part was this thing only cost $16. $16. So go to Walmart, go to the mug section, look for Tal. That's the name. They've got other ones too. They've got other sizes. They got 40-ounce ones. They had a 28-ounce one. But yeah, I got the big and it's not really pink, it's more of a fuchsia purple, so I really can't call this big pinky. But oh, and I've already fucked it up. Look at that. Yeah, hot for 14 hours. And this shit, like, it's hot to the point where it's hot, hot. Like you can't drink it. We should do that. We should do a watch along just to see and do like a 10 little Indians to see who can last the longest by watching Battlefield Earth. I should probably talk to 2K about that because he does his movie watches on Rumble. So let's all smoke, everybody. Got about 8 minutes left for it to be a full hour, so let's chill. These were 75% off. It's little pause, little magnet pause for show this one, but it doesn't have it. Oh, here we go. I got this one for somebody, and they're 75% off. So I saw this one, I was like, oh, yeah, I'll figure out a way to get this to our number, the Duke of the Damn. So I also found this one. Yay! And this is not my regular truck. And my regular truck behind me is metal, so I'll pop that up here. Yeah, I'm still in this little teeny van. Got me to El Paso though. I'm in El Paso, Texas right now, everybody. And I got a couple more, but those are a surprise. Excuse me. So yeah, A Clockwork Orange. It was great. So what is everybody doing today? I am in El Paso, Texas on this beautiful Friday. Hopefully I get hopefully I get a load to Miami. That would be great. Nice long run all weekend. Thank you to the 41 people hanging out with me here. And as always, please like and subscribe. Um, you know, it really helps me. It's a small move for you, but it really helps me out. And share this if you want, because we do need to get my watch hours up. Need to get my subs up. I am at a total, I believe, 288 now. Let's check YouTube Studio. Join me while I check YouTube Studio, everybody. Oh my God, 291. 9 away from 300. Let's hit the goal. Let's hit the goal of 300 subs by the end of the day today. Yeah, that's yes, please. That's the goal. Oh, here, I can do this too. I got maybe if I put my glasses on, I can see what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, so if you like what you see, you know, show a little love, leave that up. But yeah, that's the one thing about my truck too. Like when I'm home, you know, people, you know, and it's not that I don't want to help, but most of the time I have cargo, so I can't help them out. What's he picking up from the auction? Is it like a car auction or is it like do you guys ever go to, oh, that may be fun. Do you guys ever go to like estate sales? Estate sales are the best. Estate sales are great. I once found an entire set of the Disney classics, the Black Diamond ones. They were $1 a piece. Some of them still had the original like coupons and paperwork in there from the you know, so yeah, I sold those on eBay. I didn't make it, you know, I didn't make it, you know, there was no, you know, oh yes, this is a rare copy. It's $500 for $6,000 for this copy of Lady of the Tramp. No, I mean I bought them all for $1, and I think I averaged about 15 to 20 bucks 15 to 20 bucks a copy, so I did make money on it. So yeah, estate sales are great. What's this? Some office stuff, pallets of stuff. Oh God. Yeah, I just took some auto parts to a Ford distributor out here in El Paso. So I guess that's it for now. Thank you so much to the 41 of you hanging out with me here talking about books. Any book lovers out there, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies, tell everybody about the Cupcakes Corner with American Cupcake. We've got 4 shows. We got Cupcakes book reviews and overviews. We got Eating Good with Cupcake. That's where I do food reviews. We've got Cupcakes. The fuck is my other show? Oh, Where in the States is American Cupcake and Cupcakes Corner. And they all have their own theme songs. Catch you later, brother. Yeah, I will catch you all later. Thank you so much for hanging out with me here, guys. And we will see you next time. Probably Friday morning when I talk about, or no, Monday morning. Monday morning. So we'll do, maybe I'll go somewhere this weekend, depending on if I get a load to someplace far away. Maybe I'll have time to find someplace cool like south of the border in South Carolina. Hopefully, I'll go someplace cool. But yeah, we will do another. We will do my poll. I will get it up. I'll use me Zoom. Okay. Oh, all right. Yeah, no, Spurgsteak, I like. He's a cool guy. He does that. The what's that? The Family Feud show. That's a fun show to watch. That's really fun. But yeah, so I will catch you all later, and by Monday we will have a new book started. I will put the poll up right now on X. Follow me on X at Box Truck Cupcake, and we will see you later. Bye.
Cupcake at home or in the truck. Reviews and stories all the fun.